This is Matt Matros once again with another multi-table tournament video for Stoxpoker. This one happens to be the main event of the recent World Championship of Online Poker. And a couple unique things about this tournament. One is that it's got a ginormous prize pool with a whole lot of millions at stake. And the other thing is the stacks that we start with are extremely deep. You can see we start with 20,000 chips and blinds of only 2550. So that's 400 big blinds there for those of you who are counting at home, which means there's a lot of post-flop play, and it's very different from a typical first level of a tournament. So this will be useful for those of you who are interested in maybe moving out of the online arena one day and trying a brick-and-mortar tournament where the stacks are deeper for longer. Or it's helpful for a tournament like this, the main event of the World Championship of Online Poker. So here you saw I called the raise in position with a suited ace, with the ace-8 of clubs. And I hit a kind of mediocre flop for my hand, but I decided to let my opponent keep the lead after he let out with a continuation bet on the flop. I decided to just call him. Now I had a pretty good card in the turn, an ace. In my opinion, I have a hand here with the 3 flush on board and with my weak kicker for my trips that's good enough to let him keep betting, but not good enough to put in a raise or bet for value. As you can see, this player was just firing bullets, and so we almost certainly made the maximum on that hand by just letting him bluff, letting him keep the lead, and letting him fire. He may have won that hand if he fired the 3 bullets and I hadn't paired the ace. But then again, he might have thought that that second ace gave him a better reason to bluff because he might have thought it was less likely I had that second ace. So we don't know what would have happened. But regardless, we made the max that time. So it worked out, rightly or wrongly, my decisions to let him bluff off his chips there. So here I've decided to re-raise in position with an offsuit ace-jack. I'm fine taking it down right here, but if I don't, I'm okay playing this pot in position. Here's something kind of funny has happened. Someone doubled up on another table, and his 40,000 in chips got moved to my immediate left, so that's kind of funny. I choose not to fire continuation bet after re-raising pre-flop for several reasons. One, that's not a great flop for a hand that raised pre-flop. And two, there's so many chips, you're less likely to get a fold early on when everyone has so many chips. Here, though, when my opponent leads out at the turn for less than half the pot, that could easily mean he doesn't have anything.